Probably the most talked about character right now, we have Gojo Satoru. This has been all over TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. He's been trending all over the place, and it's because of what happened in the recent chapter 236. So if you guys have not read that chapter, I highly suggest you guys click off this video. I know I'm a One Piece channel, but as you guys can see in the background, I have a Gojo poster. One Piece is my favorite anime. I love it so much, but there's also other anime that I thoroughly enjoy, and Jujutsu Kaisen is one of those. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. With that away, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about what happened to Gojo in the recent chapter of the manga. The Culling Games has reached its climax. Sukuna, he took over Megumi's body, so not only does he has his own techniques in cleave and dismantle, but he also has Megumi's 10 shadows techniques, which includes merge, beast, Agito, and Maharaga. Gojo, he was released from the prison realm in order to beat Sukuna, so we have the matchup that has been hyped up since the start of the series, the King of Curses in Sukuna versus the world's strongest sorcerer in Gojo. They went back and forth, trading blows, trading domain expansions, fighting on a high level. It lasted around 13 chapters, but in the end, Sukuna came out on top. Gojo, he is cut in half. He got that Yamamoto treatment. After his defeat in this chapter, I've seen some individuals call Gojo a fraud because of how confident he was when he pulled up on Sukuna in chapter 221, saying basically that he is the strongest and he won't lose. Throughout this series, he has always been asked about how he feels about fighting a powered up full 20 fingers Sukuna. A question I have is, when has Gojo ever given us a reason to doubt his strength? Time and time again, he's been impressive. Heck, you could probably find a compilation of Gojo just doing some insane things on YouTube. He has blue, red, hollow, purple, limitless, domain expansion, simple domain, reverse curse techniques, black flash. Like, what can't he do? Do we not realize how broken this guy is? So yeah, someone as great as him is going to be confident in his ability to win. If Sukuna didn't have the 10 shadows technique, Gojo could have potentially won. Granted, Gojo himself says Sukuna was holding back and he did not know if he could have won, but I will say the 10 shadows techniques were definitely a deciding factor in the fight. But Gojo, he had the King of Curses recognize his strength. I think even though he lost, it was impressive that someone on the level of Sukuna recognized his strength. Gojo being considered the strongest was a blessing and a curse, since he's good at everything. He can be successful at everything, but at the same time, it causes someone to be lonely. Humans, they need a challenge in life so they won't be bored. A great example of this is Saitama from One Punch Man. He reached the pinnacle of strength and now he's bored out of his mind. Circling back to Jujutsu Kaisen, why do you think that when he was struggling with reverse curse techniques, he was ecstatic when he was going against Toji? Gojo finally had someone to go against that pushed him to the limit and that made him stronger. And I'll talk a little bit more about the Toji fight a little bit later. Him going against Sukuna made him excited. He finally had someone who could understand how he felt about being alone at the top. And even though Gojo died, he had fun and enjoyed himself. So after everything that he's done being a Jujutsu sorcerer, I think he deserved to go out this way. How do I feel about Gojo's death? I'm not gonna lie, I love it, and it's not because I hate him as a character. I don't think that there's anyone who watches anime who loves Jujutsu Kaisen that dislikes Gojo. He is one of the most popular characters in this series. For me, he's in my top 3 behind Yuta and behind Megumi. But I like Gojo's death here for a few reasons, and I will explain each and every one of them. Number 1, I think it was kind of expected. Number 2, the savior arriving on the battlefield lost. And then number 3, the effects it has on others in the story. Why do I say it was expected? When you read a lot of manga and anime and just media in general, you can kind of pick up on certain things. Sukuna being defeated this early just would not have made sense from the story, and Gojo, he'd already escaped death once in previously fighting Toji, so for him to escape death a second time, I don't think that makes much sense, and I personally wouldn't like it. Typically, whenever the cavalry arrives, they turn the situation around and they always win. It's rare to see when the main hero comes that they lose. Some examples of this is Goku on Namek and Naruto during the Pain Invasion, and they do have some instances whenever the hero loses. I think something that comes to mind most recently is in Bleach, whenever, well, I guess technically the manga came out a long time ago, but the anime is out now, and then Ichigo, he ended up coming to the Soul Society and a Yhwach beat his ass. But because we don't see it that often, at least to me, I think it's a little bit refreshing whenever they lose, because they were expectations that were set. How many times have we heard this famous line from Gojo? Every single individual clowns Gojo for his personality and the type of person that he is, but not once did any of them doubt how strong he was. When he was released from the prison realm, everybody had unwavering faith in him, and they knew that he would take care of everything and clean everything up. And unfortunately, that won't be happening, which I think is a good twist. The reason why I love whenever a beloved character is killed is because it takes balls to do, and I want to know how it's going to affect the story. We've seen what happens when other characters lose their sensei. I think a really popular one that everybody talks about is in Naruto. Whenever he lost Jiraiya, we saw how he reacted. I think an example of a sensei that should have died but didn't was in Black Clover. A lot of people during the Spade Kingdom arc wanted Yami to die so that Asta could take over, and Asta, we could see how he would react, see his development, which it has nothing to do with disliking the character, but sometimes in killing off some of these influential characters, it really impacts and changes the story for the better. I want to see exactly how Gojo's death has influence on certain characters. For example, for Itadori and Yuta, those were individuals that were saved from execution because of Gojo. His other students like Maki, like Inumaki, Panda, and Hikari, there's Meimei, Iori, and other characters as well. Whenever Fushiguro comes back to life, and if he does, how will that affect him? The curse techniques that he had with his 10 shadows, they were the reason why Gojo was killed, so how will that affect him? Now, don't get me wrong, I think that Gojo's death, it is sad. I mean, for me, I didn't like cry or anything. It's kind of rare for that to happen. I've seen so much anime that I don't necessarily get attached to characters like this, but I will say, when the most recent episode is out, I think it's either 32 or 33, right before Gojo gets sealed, it's kind of interesting because we see a compilation of people talking about how he's the strongest. We see Gojo spaz in that episode, and it's really an interesting choice that this chapter came out at the same time as this episode, because seeing him do all this and then seeing him lose, it's like, wow, it really hits home that we will never see. I mean, we'll see some stuff get animated, this stuff that happens in Shibuya, but we'll never see anything new from Gojo ever again. But let me know how you guys feel about Gojo's death in the comment section below. Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Do you guys think he'll return? Because I think, I mean, hey, anything's possible. They have reverse curse techniques. They have a lot of curse techniques that can possibly bring people back from the dead. but I wouldn't want that. I just want to know your guys' thoughts. But let me know about it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. It's on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.